Hello, and welcome back to my channel. This is Reality with DVD. How you doing, child? This is going to be my episode recap of Married to Medicine Season 11 Reunion Special. Let's get right on into it. So the episode opens up and the ladies are walking out in their fancy dresses, in their fancy attire. And here comes Letitia in the worst attire of all of them and saying that she wants to be last. She sounds like Danielle. You remember when Danielle wanted to sit by Andy? She sounds just like that. Baby, you hadn't earned your bones to be talking about what position you want to come in on. Not like that. When I tell you that, I don't know how heavenly, they say sometimes these reunions last for 14 hours. I don't know how she sat there for 14 hours, that damn choker choking the life out of her literally. So we get right on into it and we mention Phaedra. And we notice she's not there. Not me. I don't care. But for those of you who think Phaedra is the Phaedrian, not I said the cat. But they ask about her and they say, what did Phaedra tell you, Toya? She said she wouldn't come help this show out for shit. Now, Dr. Jackie was right for a change. She was not needed because this reunion was very good. And it was better than the one when she showed up with her fishtail hair last year. Okay. So we get into the clip of Phaedra calling them trash. We're not going to go back, them and demonic menus. We're not going to go back through that again because why? I did a whole video on it. Go back and watch that video. I think I attached it to my last recap. We don't need that energy over here. So, Andy asked, was Shireen and Paulo invited to actually bother Phaedra because she brought shit. So she was trying to get back at them. Now, it showed scenes where Phaedra absolutely knew that shit was coming. Apollo was coming. And so they was like, everything backfired on her because she thought that she was going to be able to get to Apollo by bringing shit. Well, it didn't backfire. The goal was achieved. Y'all got it backwards and twisted. Apollo was literally bothered. But at the same time, Shireen was bothered by Apollo being bothered. And we get a update and find out Shireen is divorced with Apollo anyway. So, as Kawhi so eloquently says, the women change, not the man. Shout out to T. So, they get Dr. Simone to channel Phaedra. Child, I got to go to all my jobs. I got to go to NBC. I got to go to CBS. Child, I am the most important of all of the networks. I've been on all the shows. I was once called the Braxton. She didn't say that, my own personal judge, okay? So then, he asked her what, he asked her, was she and Shaq still kicking it? And she was like, child, if I tell you that, I might as well have told social media. That's pretty much how she acts. So we get to Simone and Kawhi's package. And Simone, they show the package when they were at the Dude Ranch. And Kawhi was being dramatic, talking about how she bled out. Yeah, jab me. Until I just bled out. And so Simone was there saying she didn't believe her. Here's my deal with Simone and Kawhi. Y'all, I don't get it. Simone, Simone was Quiet's doctor, okay? So, what is Simone's real issue with Quiet? I can't place it. Drop down in the comments if y'all been watching, because I've been watching since season 1, okay? And I don't get it. Other than, like I said, the Sister Circle drama, and they are the ones who left when she brought that pretend card that she didn't know about for herself. Yeah, I don't get it. Somebody tell me. I'm lost on this, seriously. And so Quiet said, it's really been hard for me. Simone did bring up a very, very serious issue that was bothering me. And so everybody's like, what? What was it? Oh, yeah. When she brought up about her niece. Yeah, of course. That was heartbreaking. And everybody was telling her mean ass not to say nothing. But she had to say it anyway in her loud, screeching, shrill ass voice. So Quiet was nice. Then we get to Simone. And Simone says that Quiet was not invited to Freaknik because she was going around requesting apologies for what happened to her in Napa. Yeah, okay. Again, I'm lost. So Simone had to come up with something else. Because she just can't have peace of Quiet. I'm seeing it now. Because remember, we're watching it together. Oh, she had a king for a year, and it's a little off-putting to know that, and we didn't. What was she supposed to tell y'all as soon as y'all started dating? Y'all, I find that that's very, very bad luck. Because let me tell you something. Let me tell you a secret, right? This is something that I've never done, okay? I was working, and y'all remember the story about the Builder brother? Okay, so when me and the Builder brother was together, we took pictures together, right? And I put the damn picture of us together in the office because we was together before I started working at the office, right? So I left that office and went to another office. But the picture, well, he and I broke up. Okay, we worked together. Remember I told you the Builder brother worked with me and he worked for me. I was the supervisor, blah, blah. So we was down to the Medicaid when I worked at the Medicaid office. I put the damn picture, took the picture with me, put it in my office at the Medicaid office. We broke up like 2 months later. Y'all know that I had no idea what to do with the picture. I was like, what should I do with this picture? This damn picture is too nice. What am I going to do with it? Should I put it in the drawer? Nah. Should I leave it out? Nah, because I already told these bitches at work that I done broke up with this Negro. What am I going to do with this picture? Y'all, let me tell you what I did with the picture. I left the picture up by principle. So I know exactly what they are going through in this conversation. Because you thinking one thing, you thinking things are working out. Apparently this Negro thought that I was having a bad relationship with him and we weren't getting along. Things I did not know because he didn't express them because he was not a communicator. And then you have the same thing going on. She waited until the damn reunion after they had got along most of this damn this season and decided that she wanted to make Quiet bleed out again. So Quiet said, well, I find it very disturbing that you have a problem at this point because we've talked about it and you should understand how I felt when we were in Napa. I've told you all. I expressed it to each and every one of you. Told you. Well, I have a problem with you saying that we wanted you to leave or we kicked you out. We did. What the fuck? Were you not there? You and Simone's ass were the ringtail leaders of the kick out. The fuck? Am I blind? Y'all didn't see that? We didn't ask you to leave. She asked you to leave. And they straight threw Simone under the bus. Did we know it was coming? Did you know it was coming? Everybody denied they knew it was coming, which I believe that they did. And I don't know. I don't write a script. Just when your ass just sat up there 10 minutes ago and told Annie you were going to spare his ear. You didn't spare his or the audience. So, Quad says, wait a minute, Andy. Because Andy's ready to move on. Oh, no. Wait a minute, Andy. I'm not going to allow you to move on. It's still some issues unresolved here. What is going on? Well, the thing of it is, over and over, every time we make up to just break up, you give us your ass to cats. You have given us your ass to kiss for years. Simone, I'm going to tell you like I used to tell the rest of them, like my daddy do. My daddy used to tell her, child, bye. Okay. Nobody, we don't want to hear that no more. How many times are you going to remind us that Quiet gave people their ass kicked? Oh, baby, I'm outside. It's not going to be in Dirt Dabble's nest when I can see them. I'm about to go over here and have some Dirt Dabble conversation. Hold on, just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Yeah, that bastard better go get his brothers and sisters because he won't have no nest over there today. Not today, Sway. You are acting like we all ganged up on you, Quad. Well, what do you call it? What do you call it? What do you call what you did at the table? I know that's right, Quad. Hold them accountable. Come on, girl. You felt that way? You felt that I was asking you to kiss my ass for all this time? Well, no one is asking you that, Quad. But you felt that way. You felt that way? I'm holding you accountable. And I thought that you said that this was a day of accountability. Yeah, but let's do some one-offs. I sat at a table and let each and every one of y'all come at me. Something that Phaedra can't do today. Quiet. You got a point now. Phaedra gave y'all her ass to kiss in confessionals, not in person. So I guess between us, y'all, me and y'all, y'all, the T crew, let's talk about it. Y'all think Phaedra, once she get into it with the girls over there on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, you think that she gonna come to them face to face and tell them what her issues are? Yeah, nah. That's not how she rolls. She's a coward. And I'm not a coward. And I did not flee. And there's Sweet Tea. See? Y'all don't see that shit, right? Y'all don't see Sweet Tea over there with the side conversation. It's all quiet meddling with her. And her teeth done go. Y'all don't see that? Y'all didn't see her over there? Giving Quad her ass to kiss. Quad wasn't studying that old big haired Missy Tail girl. Okay? She was giving it to the rest of the group plus Simone. But yet and still, she over there looking at Katia. Listening to Katia.
Jackie, it was not.
So the apologies were sincere. No, Quad, I can tell you that. See, the thing about it is, if you all weren't sharing teeny weeny the little munchkin lands, ping, then you guys could be really good allies. Had she came on with another husband besides your ex-husband. Because they don't respect neither one of y'all. And if you hadn't accused Toya of going around robbing the neighborhood, which I still believe you on that. I believe that Toya, I don't believe that Toya had something to do with the people being robbed directly. I really do believe that it was her company that told them about Anita's absence. Somebody that she had invited into the neighborhood. I do believe that. And then they throw Jackie on the bus, and it's like, Jackie's apology wasn't real. Well, my apology wasn't real. I just, Heavenly says her apology was real. Let me just say that. Well, my apology was real. I just got tired of doing it. So I just stopped. Jackie, they didn't hold you accountable last season for the wolf ticket, and they're not holding you accountable this season for anything you say. But guys, it also may be an age factor with Jackie. She is 62, so that may be like, I think maybe she's the oldest on the show, so they may be giving her a respect thing too. Not just because she's a doctor, maybe as an elder as well. Zara from Jackson said, "Hey, are you surprised that she didn't introduce you out to King? Because if you're not right with the King, or if you're not right with the Queen, you got to get right." Did I say that right? Damn it! I wanted to say that line because it resonated with me. Why did you all want to meet the King when you weren't right with the Queen? Come on, girl. All I had to do was rehearse it like Phaedra, but I didn't. Shade. But anyway, so it's time for Sweet Tea and Quiet to have their little disagreement. Let's go. Oh, so this is why they got into it. The whole jealousy thing. Yeah. The person that wrote in said, why does she keep saying that when Quiet got rid of the man? I mean, good question. Look, people, for you all that think out there that think Quiet is jealous because she's married to a doctor, y'all, I last time I checked, maybe, maybe, just maybe. Now, I might not be right. But a doctor who has his own practice are the ones who make the most money. And the reason why Dr. G has his own practice is because of me, aka Quiet. Okay? Then you have a Rolls Royce dealer versus, or a high-end car dealer versus a doctor. Quiet did well either way. And she got a little access to her own money. Been on TV a lot longer than you. Teeth and gums. I can only surmise that that's what it is. Because you went on a whole press tour talking about me. Oh, so the questions that Quiet was asked, you see that as a press tour. See, that shows right there that you're green, girl. That's not the same thing as a press tour just to talk about you. So, Quiet says, I don't have a problem with you. And then she said, yes, you do. Yes, you do. You're watching me closely with a magnifying glass. Magnifying. That's what she said. And you wouldn't be here without me, darling. And you wouldn't be here without me, because Gregory is the medicine. Yeah, okay, so remember I told y'all this story a while back that, Quiet was really having reservations about marrying Gregory in the first place. So she always knew that their relationship was volatile. Mariah did have something to do with that because she was like, girl, I need an ally on the show. And I need Miss Quiet. Because, you got it. But little did Mariah know is that she was going to have it and have it more than she did. Because, I don't know, Letitia, you sat up there and you been a fan of the show. You didn't watch the show to know that Quiet was in medical sales. That's still medical. That's just like with me. When I was working in the mental health field, I worked in a mental health hospital. We were considered nursing staff. So I am the medicine. Because I used to pass out medicine. Okay? So, then they get into it about the jobs. Because she said she sold high-end medical equipment. Right. And Quiet could probably sell, ice to a pole bear. Because she's just that charismatic. You are not, dear. Even if you are married to medicine. You had to get some type of insurance to stay on the show. That's why you with King. Oh, honey, no. You have sold yourself. You have sold yourself to the devil. Every bit of it. Yep. Was sold to the devil. Every bit of it. Yeah, she had. You're old news. I'm the new news. You're a non-motherfucking factor. What? Okay. Since we talking about old news, let's retire non-motherfucking factor. Wasn't that in the early 2000s with Tammy and Evan? Let's retire. Because you tired, delayed, and through. Let it go, Elsa. It's just like, Emily's like, you're a non-factor to who? This girl is delusional. Yes, because you are the non-factor. Again, I repeat, the show's ratings went down when Quad left. We had no interest and didn't know who you was until you married Gregory, Quad's leftovers. So if you come to the show, and if you leave the show, excuse me, who is gonna miss you? Who's gonna miss you when you're gone? Dr. Heaven is still piping up. You think Quiet is jealous of you? Come on. Let's move on from this. Yeah, because Quiet about to eat her up is what she about to do. Another fan right here that says, why would Quiet be jealous? Quiet man got her Rolls Royce while Dr. G Brown is still trying to medical. Facts. Truth and Gum say, allegedly. Well, let's talk about you allegedly. You're very concerned about my Rolls Royce. Let's talk about it. You come off as very fake. And you come off as very country. Country? Yeah, you a Beverly Hillbilly from Tennessee. What the hell? That's all you can do? A Beverly Hillbilly from Tennessee? Hell, y'all both country. Except for one of you carries yourself differently than the other. One of you carries yourself like she been somewhere and done something. And one of you don't. I'm just gonna let y'all guess who that may be. So what did Miss Quiet do to get the Rolls Royce? Heaven said apparently a lot of things because 15 times a week. And that's really where the argument started, why everybody is blaming Quiet for the argument. The argument started with Teeth and Gum saying that that she was lying about that. I'm gonna forever bring that up. So Quiet has decided to go the IVF route because she's getting 15 times a day. No, they don't have anything to do with 15 times a day. It's just that she wasn't giving Dr. G none for 2 years. Oh, that had to come up. But anyway, yeah, Quiet. Miss Quiet, Miss Quiet. I know you got it. But girl, be careful making them babies with them unmarried people, okay? I'm just saying, you grown though. So they did a rapid fire game, and she was like, who's gonna tell the truth the most? And it's gonna be who's gonna tell the most lies, who had the most work done. Tisha's gonna tell the most lies. Heaven had the most work done. But they all had to laugh there because it's probably true. And Tisha gonna tell the most lies. Yep, facts. Oh, it says who need the stylist the most. That was the third question. And Toy said, Tisha and Evelyn said, uh, Simone. And Simone said, fuck y'all, Heavenly. They wasn't talking to y'all. But her and Bitter T are running neck and neck in the style department. And he said, who's the most handsome? Anderson Cooper or me? She said, you are, Andy. She said, I can tell you're lying. No. In my opinion, I don't see the mystique in Anderson. His facial features are too Arsenio Hall for me. Triangular. So I'm not really into that in a man, even though he is gay. He won't want me anyway. But and he's a cute man to me, even with his lazy eye. He's still cuter than Anderson to me. He gave quiet. I mean, Toya gave it to Anderson because of his height. Well, yeah, that does factor in. But have y'all seen Anderson when he drunk boots? He ain't as put together as if people would like for him to be when he's drunk boots now. That was that Andy that was drunk boots. Yeah, that was Andy. Oh, I'll take that back then. So when they get to the rest of Toya's picture, they talk about how she kind of embarrasses Dr. Eugene. And she was like, well, that's our thing. That's our banter. Okay. Now, I used to be like, oh, she got him wrapped around her little finger. He's so happy to be with a pretty woman because, he probably was dating other nerdy girls. And then this one girl who came along who was kind of sassy and kind of fly, in his opinion, gave him the time of the day. So he just knew he had to marry her. But if it's working out for them, child, bye. Who am I to say come between 16 years of this same shit? Not I said the cat. Moving right along. Tessa said he's enjoying it. That's how I feel. And then Dr. Jackie says, well, I do sometimes take a second look just to see if he's okay. Well, again, he got it. Yeah, he's straight. He just in love with that lady who he thinks made him popular. Shout out to Wiki. So the viewer question comes in and says, so is Stormy gonna be an only child? And she said no, Kelly was the first. Yeah, but y'all, I don't believe Toya on that. She's supposed to be the truth teller. I believe Stormy was the first, and then she got Kelly because all the other girls said they already had Birkins. I'm just saying. And our new home. And I said, did you just glaze over there in a new home? Another one. And this time, not a rental, said Simone. So he's like, this is your fourth house that she been with? No, fifth. I didn't move into anybody else's house, I'll tell you that. Well, so technically she did because she's had a lot of rentals. So that is technically somebody else's house. But that was shade to Sweet Tea because she moved into Quiet's house. I own my home. It no longer belongs to her. So anyway, well, my name is on the mortgage. And my name is on the mortgage as well. Oh, they going back over who names are on the mortgage, y'all. Of course their names are on the mortgage. They both married to these Negroes. And we found out when she first moved in the house that Quiet, I think Quiet bought him out the house or whatever. Or he bought Quiet out of the house. Well, why does he have a mortgage on that house? You just got your name on your mortgage. Relax. Quiet keeps the group. I'm sorry. Toya keeps the group honest. We can't keep her honest, according to Simone. So Toya, that's the group knows that she's not happy with where she's sitting, but she sat there anyway because there's no place else for them to go, and nobody else wanted to sit by Bitter Tea. I know you want to make this a moment, but Toya calls her a fan. She's a fan. She's a fan. Well, Toya doesn't have anything else going on other than storming. Then Andy reminds her she's an OG. And then quiet. And then Toya says, "Do I need to remind you of where we are right now? This is my theme from my party, the decorations." And Toya has a point, because this is the second time we've been somewhere where it was her decorations. You remember the closet? It was a reunion where they were in the closet. And that was in her second dream home, I think. Or the first dream home? Which home was that? The second dream home. Because the first one was the first home they moved. Bitter T says, allow me to speak like a parrot. And then Toya says, go ahead, but you speak like a child. But you overtalked me. Please let the baby speak. So when I first came onto this platform, you wanted me to go against Quad. And then she says, first of all, I don't speak like that. And I'm going to give Bitter T's points right there, because I believe that was the case. I believe that they all wanted her to go against Quad, but she fell flat. And she couldn't handle Quad. And they knew that they couldn't handle Quad Shine. Now they went around there and got the countryest things they could. I can say that because I'm country myself. Hey, what up, country? Hell, I'm from Mississippi. Point is, Bitter T. It's not refined at all. These ladies, for the most part, are refined. Now, I can say I'm from Mississippi. Did y'all know the jacket was too? You can't tell, can you? All right. I tried to tell you. She's been an instigator between you and I, because Quad says, Bitter T, I am listening to you. No one else gave her the time to speak. Because, you know why? I don't think Toya wanted her truth to come out. Which was that she did conspire with the other ladies to get Sweet Tea to come on the show to go against Quad. I believe that. I've been going against Quad for 6 years. I know how to handle myself, says Toya. And she says, yeah, you said it. You said we share the same dick. You do. I did, says Quad. She says, you and I have nothing in common, so why would I want to deal with you like that? Because I give women that come onto this show a chance. I have been nice to every new girl that has ever come on this show. No, you haven't, Toya. Not Audra. And then Kevin said, well, I want to know what Quad's coochie tastes like. That's what I want to know. Quad says, sweet things, baby. Nothing but sweet things. You know, Quad eats a lot of pineapple. I wish I could eat a lot of pineapple. Damn it. And then she thought she ate right here. Because she was like, you just mad because you ain't got nothing else going on. Girl, tend to your child. I thought you were talking about Aston and Ashley. Whatever their names are. And then she said, Stormy the Purse. Y'all. I think she was saying, okay, let me give Sweet Tea a break here. I think she was trying to say you had to bring your purse on to have some semblance of interest. I think that's what it was. Of being interesting. So Toya told her, you didn't have a problem with me. You only had a problem with me after me and Quad got cool. I believe that. Yeah, I agree with that. So Quad lets her know, we have no beef. But, you did accommodate her when she asked me to be put out of the bachelorette party. And I came bearing gifts. And see, at that moment, this is where Toya and them have to take accountability. Yeah, I went Mississippi on Toya and them. Have to take accountability, because for the simple fact that their plan was coming together during that bachelorette party. Even though Phaedra had ill intentions and she threw Quad under the bus later on, she's the one who brought her to the party. That's some snake shit Phaedra would do. Toya said, I've been nothing but nice to you. Well, now, from what I can see and what I gleaned from this, and I have been following things outside of the show, also on social media, I don't recall Toya ever coming at Bitter T. I don't. I'm just saying, I'm not trying to be on Toya's side because I'm definitely not a Toya fan. But I just don't remember. So, Simone goes to her, bending on her knees, telling her, this is not the time to go to war. It's not the time to go to battle. And Toya said, yes, Bitter T said, yes, it is, because I'm not going to get out what I said. And then she said, I was your big sister last year. That's what Toya said. You were crying. I held your hand. Now, Simone's holding her hand. Let Simone be the big sister if she want to be. Even though Simone said that she has a problem taking accountability, and Simone said that she pushed on her and was aggressive. But okay, that's okay. She's the big sister. Let her be. Dr. Contessa came back, and her and Dr. Heavenly picked up where they left off with the whole YouTube mess, and they haven't grown. They did have a sit down. You mean my mother? My mother who died in 2010? That's to invoke emotion. Because we all know that Dr. Heavenly, she can read, but when she starts out reading, she gonna start with your mom. Okay? So she don't even know your mama like this. She was already gone when Heavenly came into the picture. By the way, she was my best dressed. And Toya, I think I gave her a 2.5. Toya looked good sitting on that couch though. And I should have said when I was doing my reviews of the dresses that, it kind of also depends on seating. And dang, how come Contessa just couldn't stand up the whole episode? I'm just saying. So they bring up Dr. Damon's affairs. And they say, has anyone else heard about the mixed babies? And people all looking around the room like they had. And some said, no, I haven't. But I think they're not being honest again. I don't think they're being honest again. Because I believe they all have heard about it. And I do believe Dr. Damon, like I said, who cares? If the hell they don't care, why should we? That man been out there a long time. He's a doctor. He worked in the ER. Have y'all watched Grey's Anatomy? That made me distrust doctors so much. Watching ER and Grey's Anatomy. So we all know how they get down at the hospital. Those long 24-hour nights. When they get cold, they get to sleep in the doctor's quarters. Yes. And with that, I am going to close. But before I do, let's get into a little beef right quick between Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Contessa. Did y'all see that? The teeth disagreement? Where they showed Dr. Contessa's bottom teeth. How much you worried about my man and them mixed babies? You need to be mixing these teeth. Child, those bottom teeth were golden brown. But then again, we find out. Did y'all see Dr. Damon's teeth though? I'm going to put a picture of Dr. Damon's teeth at the end of this video. And with that, I'm going to close. Come on in. Like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell button. You will be notified when I upload a video. My other various platforms will be under my banner. And as I do, when I close, I'm going to check them up. Deuces.